Abandoned, abused, neglected, dumped. These dogs are some of the lucky ones that have been rescued from inhumane conditions and now live in a shelter, but their chances of finding a home are about to dwindle. Starting on July 14th, the United States will ban dogs from entering for at least a year from 113 countries considered high risk for rabies. Qatar is on that list. 80% of the dogs here at Qatar Animal Welfare Society are rehomed in or transferred through the U.S. With little paperwork and no quarantine required, more than 1 million dogs are sent to America every year.
Qatar is such a small country with such a transient population that the actual group of people that can adopt a pet is so small compared to the number of animals that are looking for a new home, that cutting out half of our adoptions overseas will absolutely cripple us. If we can't rehome our animals, we can't take in more animals off the streets.
The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention says some dogs receive fraudulent vaccines abroad, and the U.S. does not have the number of facilities needed to house those that are denied entry at U.S. airports. In a statement to Al Jazeera, the CDC said many vaccination programs in countries around the world were suspended or canceled during the COVID-19 pandemic. As a result, the risk of importing a dog with rabies may be higher. Rabies in dogs has been eliminated from the United States since 2007, but remains prevalent overseas. 59,000 people die every year from the disease. Every dog at this shelter is vaccinated, even though cases here are rare.
19 years of living in Qatar and rescuing dogs and dealing with stray animals on a daily basis. We've never come across, we've never heard of, we've never been notified of any kind of case of rabies in Qatar at all.
Some pet adoption agencies have had to tell some hopeful owners that their dogs won't be able to make it out in time.
We're talking about US military troops here, who I'm sure the CDC would not directly mean to implicate in this. These soldiers are no longer going to be able to take home that animal that they've befriended and who has become their emotional support.
There are some exceptions to this ban. Guide dogs will still be allowed to enter the United States, and some personal pets will be accepted on an extremely limited basis. But the reality of this ban for dogs like this mean that they'll be spending longer in this shelter and might have a harder time finding a forever home.
Dogs that have been here longer and breeds that struggle in the summer heat, like Huskies and German Shepherds, are top of the list to go. For the rest, they'll have to continue waiting in the desert for a second chance. Leah Harding, Al Jazeera, Doha.